Hello world, welcome to part 2 of this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed the first part. If you've not yet seen the first part, you have to check it from my videos. Okay, so this is where we ended with the part 1. So with the part 2, we are going to continue to make the shorts of our work. Now I'm going to use the same stitches and the same hook size, which is 5.5, and the same yarn for it. Okay, so I'm now going to change my yarn, and first of all I'll chain 10. So this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. Okay, so 10 chains. Then I joined it to the side of one of the pieces, okay, with a single crochet. So single crochet, then the next stitch hole you make another single crochet. So you're making single crochet throughout until I get to the other side and join the other piece together. Okay, so you can see that I'm joining it with this one with the same single crochet. Okay, so we join the two pieces. You keep on making your single crochet. If you are watching and you've still not subscribed to this channel, make sure you subscribe, give me a like and comment below. Okay, so this is it. Now we're going to join by making chains, and the number of chains depends on your we are using the hip measurement, so depends on your hip. You make the chain and join it, and you put it around you, and if it's okay for you, if you get your hip size, that's okay. Okay, so you chain. It all depends on you, your size, okay, or the person you're working for. So when you get the length that you want, okay, I think this one I need to chain more. As you chain, you keep on checking. Okay, so you keep on checking until you get the right hip size for you. Now let's fix by joining or by making a single or slip stitch to join the two sides. Okay, so this is our work. So the chain plus the work is enough to go round your hip. Right, so now we are moving on to our main thing again with the same stitches, double crochet stitches. We are going to, so let's put a stitch marker or an indicator at where we are starting and where we are ending. Okay, so you just put your stitch marker at where your hook is. Then we continue making your double crochet with the same color. So just like we did previously, we are making double crochet in each of the stitch holes round and round. And if you are changing your colors, you also change it, remembering where you started and where you ended. Okay, so let's do that. Guys, after several rows, you should be getting something like this. So I made 14 rows in all for the down part, and it depends on you. So if this side is wide enough to cover your back, then you are good. Okay, so I made 14 rows for the person. You can also make lesser or more depending on you. Okay, so if that side is able to cover your back, then you are okay. Now you look out for the middle part of your work, then you put your indicator or your stitch marker over there. What you're going to do is you're going to split our work into two, work on one part of it and work, then come back and work on the other part. We are splitting it because we are making a shorts, okay, or a trowel, whatever you call it. So you start from where the stitch marker is. Okay, let's start from where the stitch marker is. You pull your yarn through, then you keep on with your double crochet. Sorry, you pull your yarn through again, then you make a chain. Okay, and the chain also depends on you. Okay, so if you chain and it is long enough for you, then you are okay with it. Okay, so this chain is the one that divides one leg from the other. Okay, so the longer it is, the bigger it becomes. Okay, the bigger your leg becomes. Sorry. Okay, so this is it. Okay, so it all depends on you. Now when you get the number of chains that you want, you're going to fix it at where the stitch marker is again on the other side of your work. Then you're going to go round and round. Okay, so we're going to turn our work like this, fix it over here with a single crochet. Okay, so this is what divides our work into two. Now we are going to work on one side, then we come back to the other side. So with your double crochet, you go round and round with your double crochet in each of the stitch holes. Okay, so when you get to the chain part, you also make your double crochets as if the other part doesn't exist. So this is what we have. Now we need to change our color again, but if you are using one color, that's okay. For you don't need to change any color. All right, so you go round and round and round, changing your colors until that side is long enough for one part of your leg. Okay, so it also depends on you. For my own, in all, I made 4 rows. Okay, and I did a slip stitch and a single crochet and sew in the excess of the yarn. Okay, or cut off the excess of the yarn too. Okay, so I hid it inside. You can use thread and needle for this. Yeah. Okay, so we finished with one part. Now we are moving on to the next part. Okay, so this part we are going to start from where the stitch marker is, and this one we are going to go round and round. So the number of rows also depends on you. Okay, so how long you want your shorts to be, it depends. It all depends on you. Guys, when you're done, this is what we have. Yeah, so you wear it, this one goes inside and this one comes out to be like this. Okay, now let's move back to the top part. This, because remember that we used the hip measurement for it. Now we are going to reduce it or make it firmer so that it will be able to fix the waist. Okay, so you insert your yarn, and this time you're going to use single crochets. Okay, you insert your yarn. Then what I'm going to do is, with the single crochet that I'm doing, so you set it at the edge or where the second panel starts. Then I'm going to make single crochets, and with the single crochets, what I did was on every 7th or 10th, 7th to 10th stitch hole, I skipped the very next stitch hole and moved on to the next one. Okay, so instead of the 7th stitch hole, I skipped on to the 8th stitch hole and I made the single crochet. I see the 7th one didn't exist. Okay, or if you are using 10-10, you skip on every 10 stitch hole. So this is what I did. I skipped that stitch hole and I moved on to the next one. Okay, we are doing this because we are trying to reduce that part. Okay, so in as much as we are using single crochets, we are also trying to reduce that size so that it will be able to fit well for our waist. And if your waist is way smaller than your hip, you also need to skip more of the chains, okay, so that it will reduce. So the more stitch holes that you skip, the more it becomes smaller to fix your waist. But you don't need to make it very tight, because definitely you need to wear it, and wearing it, yeah, so you make your single crochet skipping the stitch holes that you want. Then when you get to the end, you also, let me show you. So after skipping, you see that the side has reduced a bit. Then you move backwards again, making your single crochets. Okay, so basically we are making 2 rows of single crochets. Okay, so we got to that side, then we came back again and made single crochets at the edge. Right, so after that, this is what we have. You see that it has reduced. You can also attach a string at the back to support it if it's still loose for you. Now we are going to make a little support at the back. This one too is optional. Okay, so you just insert your yarn at the back of your work and make a chain on both sides. Okay, so at the end you use it to tie at the back. So I double the yarn over here and I make this chain as long as I want it. Now after making that chain, you cut it off, then you do the same for the other side. Yeah, after finishing the other side, when you wear it, you just tie it. This is optional anyway. Okay, then you also wear it and you tie the top part, which we did in part 1, and the front lace too, you wear it and you tie them together. Okay, so it all depends. So you can pull the yarn or you can just loosen it. Guys, this is it. Our work is ready. Isn't this very simple and easy to make? You can make this in any of the colors of your choice. I hope you enjoyed it. So I'll see you in my next video tutorial. Bye.